So, today in the lesson we will solve another linear equation, but this equation will be solved graphically. We have talked about the fact that a linear equation with two variables has many solutions. So why does this happen? Let's write down the following linear equation. E minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. And find the solution to this linear equation. We can see that this is a linear equation with two variables. And in order to find the solution to this equation, we're going to use the graphical method. If I'm talking about the graphical method, we're going to use a graph. Of course, in the next lessons you and I will talk about the graph of a linear function, but today I would like to draw your attention to the fact that why a linear equation has many solutions. The point is that I can graph this linear equation. In order to solve this equation graphically, it is common in math to express the variable y through the variable x. Although, if you express the variable x, you'll get values too, but the rule is that we express the variable y. To do this, we write y equals. And now, plus 3, we move it to the right-hand side. And minus 2x's, we also move to the right side. We have a 0 written in the right-hand side, so we will not write that 0. And minus 2x is carried to the right side, that would be 2x's. Plus 3 is moved to the right side, that's minus 3. As a result, we have the following form of the equation, y equals 2x minus 3. When we talked to you about the concept of a linear equation, we talked about the standardized form of this linear equation and the other form, where we can determine the slope and the point of intersection with the y-axis. But we'll talk about that in the next lesson. Today I want to graph this equation. The graph of this equation will be a line, and we only need 2 points to draw the line. Why? Because if I mark a point, then through that point I can draw through that point. But if I draw 2 points, I can draw only one line through 2 points. So let's take any numbers for x. If x is 0, then it will be equal. Instead of x, I will substitute 0. And then 2 times 0 is 0, then you will be equal to minus 3. Najmniej in C. So I found the first solution, but this solution will be the point that we'll plot on the coordinate plane. And one more point. Well, let's take one as x. In this case, y will be equal to 2 times 1 is 2, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. And we have another point at 1 and minus 1. Let's plot these points on the coordinate plane. The first point is 0 and minus 3. 0. We're not moving on the x-axis and minus 3. This is a point on the y-axis, that's the first point. And the second point is 1 and minus 1. 1 is on the x-axis. 1 step to the right and minus 1 step down. So I end up with 2 points. I'm going to draw a line through these 2 points. And I have the graph of the function y equals 2x minus 3. But what we've been talking about is that a linear equation has multiple solutions. Why does that happen? Because if I graph this function, then any point that lies on that line is the solution to our equation. That's why a linear equation with two variables has many solutions, many pairs of x and y values. For example, if I take this point, what are its coordinates? To determine the coordinates of the point, I have to draw perpendicular to the x-axis and to the y-axis. And as you can see, this point has coordinates 2 and 1. Let's check these coordinates. Is this pair of numbers the solution to our equation? Let's go back to our equation and substitute a value of 1 in place of y, a value equal to 1, and in place of x, a value equal to 2. What is the result? Let's write down this pair of 2 and 1 and substitute it into our original equation. The result is, in place of y is 1. Minus 2 times 2 and plus 3. What do we end up with? It should be 0. Let's calculate the left-hand side. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Plus 3 must equal 0. Minus 3 plus 3 is 0. 0 equals 0, and that's the truth. Whichever point I take on this straight line and determine its coordinates, that pair of numbers will be the solution to our linear equation. In the next lesson, you and I will learn how to graph a linear equation. Today our lesson has come to an end. Goodbye, see you again.